the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who has said that the Secret Service Director, Cheadle, needs to resign.
So we wanted to just dive right in and ask you about this attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Have you gotten a chance to speak with him about this?
I have. I've spoken to him at length, and I've also talked to the people who were supposedly in charge of security that day. I've talked to Secretary Mayorkas at Homeland Security. I talked to the Director of National Intelligence. I talked to the leadership of the FBI. The answers that they are providing to us thus far are not satisfactory, and so I announced this morning that we're going to set up a special task force, a precision strike on this. It'll be a bipartisan investigatory group, and they will have subpoena authority. We're going to get down to the bottom of this quickly. I also called for the Director of the Secret Service, Ms. Cheadle, to step down from her post. I think she needs to resign because I think what happened there does not require a thorough investigation. We can all see and understand just by what we've observed that there was serious security lapses. And her initial explanation that the roof was too slanted to provide security there just doesn't wash.
Of course it doesn't wash. It doesn't make any sense. It's insane. Listen to this report from Fox News, how big a bombshell this is, that the Secret Service is now telling Congress they identified the shooter, the killer of Corey Compatore, and the would-be assassin of Donald Trump. They saw him as a threat 10 minutes before Trump walked out onto the stage. Why was Trump allowed to walk out onto the stage? Here's a report from Fox News.
A couple minutes ago, these senators came out of this briefing with Secret Service. They've been asking for it for days now, finally got it with the director and Secret Service staff. And the top headline that has come out of it, according to Senator John Barrasso, just spoke to him as soon as he hung up on this briefing. He said that apparently the Secret Service had identified as a character of suspicion this man, this shooter, because they saw a rangefinder on him as well as a backpack. And this all happened more than an hour before the shooting actually occurred. So they saw the guy and they identified this guy as suspicious. Now, more details coming from a source familiar here who was also in the meeting tells me that about 10 minutes before former President Trump went onto the stage, they had gone from looking at this guy as suspicious to now looking at him as a threat. That is coming from this briefing that the senators were in. They were told that Secret Service had called it in to a center that this guy they now identified as a threat about 10 minutes before President Trump walked on stage, and they still allowed him to walk onto that stage. I'm told the Secret Service agent in charge there was on the phone with local and state police about the threat while the shooting was taking place. That's huge.
Yeah, it's beyond huge. And the Secret Service's job is to protect President Trump. If they allowed him to walk out onto that stage after knowing for 10 full minutes that this monster was indeed posing a threat, there's no way that this Cheadle stays on as the director of the Secret Service. So again, call me Nostradamus. I predicted that Joe Biden would get COVID and he'll step down. He got COVID. It's just a matter of days or weeks before he steps down. There's no way they can't win with him, and they know it. Now Nostradamus, your friendly prognosticator on the airwaves, will confidently predict that the Secret Service director will step down as well. No way that he stays. That she stays, he's out, she's out. Take it to the bank. Randy's in Wilmington, North Carolina. Randy, welcome to the Mike Gallagher Show. You're on at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. How are you?
I'm fine. Listen, this is the first time I've ever heard your show, and I am now a stout fan.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind. I appreciate that, Randy.
I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, turned on the TV.
Yes, sir.
And wound up getting your station, and I have you guys. I love you. You're great.
Thank you. Oh, well, welcome to the family, Randy. I really appreciate it.
I was very impressed by Trump when he got shot, when he stood up and waved his fist at the shooter. I loved it.
Yes, sir.
And I had the idea that it was. They allowed it to happen in a way, and it's been confirmed by you. And I love your approach to Biden and your.
Well, good. Well, listen, we are so glad you're joining us, Randy. Thank you for finding the show. We hope you stay with us for a long time. It's hard not to believe that there's. This is what I've been saying all week. This feels like it's beyond gross incompetence. This feels like negligent. This feels like something very nefarious. It's hard to believe that this is simply a bunch of buffoons who are, and I don't want to say that about the Secret Service. A lot of these men and women are honorable and brave. They are, look at the images of Ronald Reagan getting shot outside the hotel. And that Timothy McCarthy, that agent that took a bullet, literally he spread his body in front of Ronald Reagan and took a shot to the body. Could have easily been killed, but that's their job. I met a Secret Service agent yesterday from Dallas. I'm leaving the arena. Joey and I were walking out the front door here of the media center, and this guy, Mike, Gallagher. And this guy comes running at me with this giant, all this gear, tactical gear, big black vest. I thought, well, that's it. I'm going to be in the Who Scout tonight. I hope I can bring my MyPillow with me. Will they let me have my MyPillow mattress topper with me in the jail cell that I'll be sharing with Bubba? But, I'll let Bubba share the mattress topper with me if he'll leave me alone. No. The guy was this gigantic fan. He's listened for years, loves Mark Davis in Dallas, was just so wonderful. And I'm thinking of this guy, and I said to him, we talked about it for a while. And I won't share a lot of the details. I don't want to put the guy in any kind of jeopardy, but look, he knows that the Secret Service is being under, scrutiny right now over the actions of last Saturday. And it breaks their hearts too. These men and women, you think they want to have the agency reflected this way? And here's the problem. We don't trust any of these federal agencies anymore. You trust the FBI? You trust the CIA? We've witnessed the FBI and the Justice Department be weaponized as a tool to stop Donald Trump from winning the presidency. It doesn't get much worse than that. It doesn't get much worse than that. Jeff is in the upstate of South Carolina. 18 minutes before the hour. Our number is 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great, Mike. We're glad to have you back on in South Carolina.
I'm thrilled to be back on WORD. In fact, I've met a lot of people in the South Carolina delegation here this week, and they've been so kind and gracious. I may hang out with them tonight when we watch the Trump speech together.
Oh, man, we missed you. But listen, my theory on this whole everything that's going on is I think that it was orchestrated. I think they knew the outcome of what was the domino effect, that what everything was going to happen in the backfall, but I think they were hoping for a different outcome of the shooting, and they didn't care.
I hope you're wrong, but I'm afraid you're right. You know what I mean? I don't want to believe it. I don't want to, but then again, I don't want to believe people are stupid enough to compare Joe Biden getting COVID to Trump getting shot. And that's what Joy Reid did last night on MSNBC. They kept giving me this clip. I said, I can't, there's no way. Nobody's that stupid. And she did. She honestly did. Do you have the clip? Can you play that, Christian? This is a true, now I can't do it right now because my head will explode. I'll maybe a little bit later. Just suffice to say, that pitiful Joy Reid with Jen Psaki nodding in agreement and saying, yeah, you're right, good point, compared Biden getting COVID, a virus, to Donald Trump getting shot. That's how desperate and pathetic and pitiful they are. Look, it's all falling apart for them, and things are going well for our side.